Assalamu alaikum. Hello guys, in this video I will explain about some epithelial slides that you may get in college, epithelial and some new structures. I will explain it shortly in this video. Here I have a slide. In college, in the exams, mostly if you have a paper exam, the slides will come just like that I showed you here, and each number has a name or it's a structure and you should write it, okay? First, you will write the slide name of the epithelial type. After that, you will write the structures, for example, the nucleus, the basement membrane or basal membrane, and the connective tissue. It depends on what the teacher tells you to write. You may get 1, 2, 3 or A, B, C. Okay, depends on the exam. So, in another practical exam, you will go to a lab and you will do it. That's different. Your first year of college. We have first, we will solve those number by number, and I wrote the numbers here. So number 1 is a nucleus. How we know it's a nucleus? It's basophilic, of course, and the slide name first, it's stratified columnar epithelium. So how we know it's columnar? The oval shaped nucleus, and it's attached to each other as columns. And how we know if it's stratified? What we mean by stratified or simple? Stratified, it means there are more than one layer, okay? 1, 2, 3 or more, okay? So this is different. I will explain about this, the down part of the epithelium. Number 1 is the nucleus of the simple. What will you do? You will write nucleus between brackets, nucleus of simple columnar epithelium, stratified columnar epithelium or columnar epithelium, okay? So number 2, what's this? This is called basal layer, or we can call it basal cells. The basal cells are this, and this is the basal layer. This is the basal layer. The number 3 here, this line, this blue appearance line, is called the basement membrane, or in the exam, I remember that I wrote basal membrane. That's not wrong, okay, when I was in college. It's better to write basement membrane. So basement membrane is the most correct one to say. So this is the basement membrane, okay? It separates the connective tissue from the epithelium and basal cells or basal layer cells, okay? We have number 4. Number 4 is the connective tissue. So number 4 here is the connective tissue. How we know it's the connective tissue? We have extracellular matrix, and we have ground substance. So this is the ground substance. This is the ground substance, okay? We have the ground substance, and we have cells of the connective tissue that I will explain about in other videos. This one, number 5, we have blood vessel. If we come and see, blood vessels appear just like red, okay? They take the Usen stain, and they are lined by squamous epithelium, okay? Simple squamous epithelium. We can call it blood vessels. It's called blood vessels. So the next slide, I'm sorry, we have kids that wrote on the papers. So we have another type of epithelium. We have a pseudostratified columnar epithelium. Okay, what we mean here, we have a type of pseudostratified is a type of epithelium. We have a columnar epithelium that's ciliated. Okay, so ciliated epithelium. What's ciliated? Cilias are found on the top of the epithelial cells, okay? As you see here, the cilias are found on the top epithelial cells. I will explain the difference between the cilia and microvilli. So it's found mostly in the respiratory system, okay? Remember this note, the cilia is found in the respiratory system, and it's longer than microvilli, okay? Number 2, we have something in the respiratory system that's called the goblet cells, and of course in the intestine, This is the goblet cell. The goblet cell releases a substance called mucin. Okay, so that makes it mucus. It's just like a mucus substance released from the goblet cell. So this is a goblet cell, has like an armut shape, as I explained in past videos. And this is another goblet cell, number 2. So if we come to number 3, this is the nucleus. The nucleus of the nucleus of columnar epithelium. So this type of pseudostratified columnar epithelium. So this is the nucleus. Number 3 is the nucleus. Nucleus is easily found, and in the nucleus we have chromatin, of course. So number 6, it's important to know, just like an elongated nucleus, this nucleus is the nucleus of the goblet cell. Okay, the nucleus of the goblet cell. So number 4, we have the short cells. Those are called the short cells. Okay, are in the basement. This is the basement membrane. Under every epithelial tissue we should have a basement membrane. Okay, so number 5 is the connective tissue, or CT. I wrote it here. We'll go to another slide. Here we have a slide. We will explain about stereocilia. What's stereocilia? Stereocilia, if you don't know the name of this slide, and you don't need to know it now. At your second term, you will study the name of this slide, okay? I will explain it in my videos. A stereocilia is found in the reproductive system, okay? The important thing to know is, for your first term, the stereocilia is found in the reproductive system, okay? But the cilia is found in the respiratory system. So number 1, we have a stereocilia. Okay, number 2, we have a pseudostratified columnar epithelium. If the teacher say, for example, what's this slide? It's a pseudostratified ciliated columnar epithelium. Okay, pseudostratified ciliated columnar epithelium. Why? Because we have cilia. Don't forget to write if it's ciliated or not ciliated. Okay. Another type of pseudostratified columnar explained is stereocili. So number 2, we were here, is the cytoplasm. So this is the nucleus, and the columnar cell, the cytoplasm, is in the upper part of the nucleus, so I mean it's higher than the nucleus, and this is number 2 is the cytoplasm. So number 3 is the nucleus. Is the nucleus. Number 4, it's called the basal cell. They're round in shape. Okay, at near the basement membrane, or above the basement membrane, and we know that every epithelial tissue should have a basement membrane. That's number 5. So we have another slide that's very important to know. All the slides that I explain are important, of course. Here we have the slide that you don't need to know the name now, but for your second term you need to know it. Here is the cross-section of kidney tubule. Okay, this is the kidney tubule. We have a simple cuboidal epithelium. How we know it's cuboidal? They form the glands. Okay, they form mostly the glands. So here we have round nucleus and cuboidal shaped. Okay, the nucleus is located mostly in the center and it's cuboidal shaped. So this is the cuboidal epithelium. Number 1, we have the nucleus. Number 2, we have the cytoplasm. Number 3, we have where's number 3? We have the connective tissue. How we know what's the connective tissue? We have extracellular matrix. This is the nucleus and the cytoplasm. Okay, sorry, this is the connective tissue generally. Okay, no, it's important to know. Number 4, if we come here, we can see it's a little bit of red, like, this is the blood vessel. Those are the blood vessels. Okay, this one appears very clear. It's a blood vessel. Here we have one. Okay, blood vessel. So here we have another important slide of what's called light microscopy. LM means light microscopy of simple columnar epithelium. Simple means it's only one layer, so this is only one layer, but the cells are long, so those are columnar cells. This is called absorptive cell with goblet cells and microvilli. So why it's called absorptive? Be careful, it's a very important note, because we have goblet cells. Number 3 is a goblet cell. Where is the nucleus of the goblet? Here. The nucleus of the goblet is here. We will start slowly. Here we have a figure of intestine. Number 1 is the microvilli. Microvilli are very small. It's easily, isolated from others such as cilia and stereocilia. Number 2 is the microvilli. Number 1 is the lumen, of course. Number 3 is the goblet cell, and this one is the goblet cell too. Here we have another goblet cell. This is mucin, okay? The goblet cell releases mucin, okay? Where were we? We were from I think we were number 4. Yeah, number 4 is the nucleus. Easily appeared nucleus that shows us, elongated nucleus that shows us columnar epithelium. Number 5, where's number 5? Here is it. Number 5 is the basal or basement membranes. It's better to say basement membrane. There's an important point to know. Under every epithelium, we should have a basement membrane. So, number 6 here is the connective tissue. Because it's, we have extracellular matrix and the cells are not attached as the epithelium. Number 7, it's important to know, are immunity cells. This one is mostly this one is the lymphocyte. I'll explain about it when we'll reach blood after studying bone and cartilage. Okay, this one is the lymphocyte. Lymphocyte, can say it defends this epithelial cells. Here we have another slide. Quickly, transitional cell. This transitional epithelium, it's only found in the urinary bladder and the ureter. Okay. Number 1, easily known, this is called the superficial layer, the first layer. So this one, this one called the, I mixed between, here this one called the upper layer of the epithelium. Number 1 is the nucleus, as we know. Here another nucleus. Guys, be careful, some people may say this is an abnormal cell. No, the nucleus may be looped or binucleated and maybe a single nucleus. Okay, so number 3 is the connective tissue, down part. So how we know it's the connective tissue? Of course, it is loose and it's not attached together as the epithelial cells. So it's why it's called the transitional cells. The bladder becomes full with urine. After it becomes full with urine, the shape of the epithelium changes. Okay, gets smaller and bigger during when the bladder gets full and it's expressed. Okay, so that's why we mean that the epithelium changes in shape. So that's why it's called transitional. It means it transmits to another form. Okay, we have another slide, and our last slide: light microscopy of stratified squamous non-keratinized epithelium. How we know it's squamous? Again, the nucleus is elongated like structure simply, and the cell's membrane is flat. So the cell is flat mostly. Okay, so this epithelium, simple squamous epithelium, for example, simplex squamous is found in the respiratory system. Squamous cells, for example, are found in our digestive system. From the mouth is all squamous. Okay, cell. Here we have non-keratinized. I explained about keratinized, what's keratinized and non-keratinized at my videos of epithelial. I think, yeah, I explained. You can go and look at it. Keratinized, there's a layer of just dead-like cells and and fibers. Okay, number one is the superficial layer. Number four is the intermediate layer. Okay, so superficial layer, intermediate layer, and the basement layer. Okay, so those are the layers. Number three is the basal cell. Why it's the basal cell? It's called the basal cell because it's lined on the basement membrane. So what's number two is the basement membrane. Number five is the connective tissue. So at last we finished epithelia. Thank you for watching.